Hello, this is the sixth game played in the seventh Kisei title match between Cho Chikun and Fujisawa Hideyuki, where Cho Chikun taking black won the game by 5.5, playing a very steady and solid style. The game was rather peaceful from the beginning, so let's have a quick replay and check the highlights of this game. Black started with two Komokus on one side, and White decides to attack right away. Normally, White takes the empty corner, and then Black can go for a Shimari in the top right, either a low or a high one. So probably that's why White decided to be aggressive and prevent that Shimari instantly. Now Black of course goes for the empty corner. Maybe in the Shusaku era c4 would be more common, but playing a Hosha start point it's fine too. And White decides to attack another corner to continue in a very aggressive style. Here White can play the low approach, or White can put pressure and then play the low Kakari. This would be more trendy nowadays. The low Kakari, it's probably 1% higher than the high one, but it's still irrelevant in the very early stage of the game. So here Black decides to go for a pincer in the top right, but locally Black can choose R5 attach, because this Joseki is considered slightly better for Black. The thing is, overall, White can pincer first and then extend back to finish the Joseki on the right side, so this development feels very comfortable for White. Therefore, Black decided to pincer the top. Now, locally in the top right corner, White can think about Q15 or a one space jump or Kosumi, or for example double Kakari again. But White continue with fighting spirit in the low right corner, so he just attached here, and now he's ready to fight in the top if Black plays another move, which is going to happen. So for example, if White simply goes out at p15, Black can play a Keima, then attach in the corner. This would be an old school Joseki. But if White fixes the top this way, Black is happy to get a base on the right side and then continue with a pincer, low or high. So now Black has more stones than White on the right, and it feels good to develop like this. Probably that's why White didn't continue in the top right corner immediately and decides to fix his Q5 stone first. So Black attacks the top right, and now if White plays away again, for example a Sansan invasion, let's say we play something modern here. This follow-up, it's Gote for White, so Black can add another stone in the top, and the shape looks really ideal to play the tiger mount. Therefore, White goes out first. Now Black plays the Keima to expand the top right corner and put pressure on the two heavy stones. That's the reason for the kick in the first place, to play Q17 and force White into a heavy formation, because the extension is already taken. So White's only chance here is to go out into the middle. So White is getting ahead and even jump to go out faster. It's important to be one step ahead of your opponent, and also for Black, this kind of move it's a key point. If Black plays away, for example extends on the right side, White is very happy to block with the tiger mount and attack the three stones in the top. So now Black needs some kind of extension to fix a base. Therefore, this is a good mutual point, M13, threatening the cut or prevent the tiger mount in the same time. Now White plays Q12, so White decides to defend in a very active way, set up a Sabaki. For White it's a bit heavy to connect solid, but White can also consider the one space jump. So now if Black defends on the right side, White can take away the extension in the top. So the four stones are quite heavy and Black will probably jump out again. This way White is a bit more active in the Sabaki for the top right corner. Now White play Q12, so Black push right away to see how White reacts against this and create cutting points. And White defends with fighting spirit. White doesn't just block, because Black has a no Setsuji here and it will cut up or down, so things can get complicated already. So white plays this kind of move and Hane to connect in the middle. And black is ready to discard this Q14 stone. So simply push. Now here, white captures a stone to settle his group and stay connected, but white could push. Even that this exchange seems to hurt the N12 stone, but white can leave the position like this and play away. Either a Sun invasion or some extension in the top to prevent black get a Moyo from the top wall. So white decides to capture the stone, black sacrifices, white takes right away. If white simply goes Nobi here, black will push along, then peep, then push again, and white invests too many moves, and that's only a false eye. So locally, this seems a bit painful to have that kind of formation. That's why white captured directly. Now black has to play the Nobi, otherwise it's too nice for white to block that side. So let's say black plays away. This Nobi, this block will hurt the corner, so it's a big important point for both colors. Playing S13 secures the corner and also takes away the base for white group. So white comes out with the Kosumi. Actually here, DI thinks playing the Kosumi on the side at R11, it's slightly better. But anyway, it's good for white to play something to fix his group. The thing is, with this Kosumi, it's obvious that white is trying to attack the M14 wall, so black has to do something. Therefore, black stands from the wall and approaches the corner in the same time. So this is good direction of play and a very important move. Now, black can play on the right side at R11 anytime, trying to take away the base. Also, black can consider just one space jump in order to set up a box in the top. But playing this N18, it's obvious that black wants to remove the base for the white stones in the top. With this move, black prevents the slide at M18. So if black jumps here, white can slide, and this way white is already safe with the top group. And also reduces the Moyo. Now this invasion, it's a little bit questionable. White is playing very active, but for white it's still proper to play a move like R11 to fix the group and also keep the potential on the right side. So playing here, it's really powerful, but also it may feel a little bit desperate to invade immediately, especially that the group on the right side is still not completely settled. But white was very skillful and managed to live inside. Now with this peep, if black simply connects solid, black becomes a little bit heavy with those 3 stones, and white comes out between the groups. So this is white's plan. Therefore, black found a way to protect indirectly and also quite actively. And here, white simply blocks the corner, which is the right thing to do. If white separates, pushes through like this, black will wedge, that creates cutting points. Now, black just fixes the top and then come out. So black takes the territory in the top, then splits the groups. So white is running both with the group on the left and middle top. Not so great for white. Therefore, white decides to protect, and black plays another attach. So in this case, white cannot push and cut anymore. I mean, if white tries this, it's obvious black will connect and also affect the corner. Therefore, white plays an Atari and then connects under. Normally, white can just connect solid without playing any Atari, but again, this is a very successful way for black to defend in Sente and then continue the attack on the 2 stones. So playing the Atari, white gives black a pretty bad shape, having these 3 stones in line and now Atari. So what happened? Black was forced into an empty triangle formation. But black is still active, so Atari is Sente, and now black got the important point to surround the 2 stones in the top. So compared to the variation where black connects and white comes out, which is the key point in this fight, H14, black managed to counter this with the attach and the other attach. So black got Sente and now play the key point. And in this position, white still has to struggle to survive in the top. So in general, it's good to surround your opponent groups like that. Now we will see that Fujisawa is very skillful to uh, survive in the top. This sequence is pretty much forced. Now with this move, white is trying to break out into the middle, so black has to pull back, and that gives white some eye shape too. And white simply blocks to threaten life in the top or prepare the connection underneath. Well, white can also play this kind of vital point, but it's a bit more dangerous because black can push once, and now black has a cut in the top. So, for example, if black simply removes the eye, the second eye, white can connect under with a monkey jump like this. I mean, if black pushes, white will connect, Atari connect, and everything is fine. But black can counter it by playing the cut. So now if black cuts and white answers, black will play this move and there is no more connection underneath. Well, white can still live, but it's kind of painful. So what happened in the actual game? White blocked. Now this is all forced. White has to sacrifice the two stones and he connects under. So the fight comes to an end, but overall this feels slightly better for black because black got really strong in the top and also captured a couple of stones to make some territory, and now black has Sente. So I guess this would be like the first critical moment of the game, and it feels that uh, black gets a little bit ahead, having the thickness in the middle. So now black comes back to the right side. Actually, before playing that move, black should consider R11 being so strong in the top. White has to come out and then Hane and fix the bottom group because white still needs some moves on the right side to stay safe. So this exchange R11 for P9, it's quite positive for black. Anyway, black played the Hane, which is fine, and Tiger Mount, a very solid formation. And normally, white is supposed to finish the Joseki with a move like R8 or Q8 or R9, but either way, black can still use R11. So it would revert to this kind of formation. Therefore, white plays a move to prevent R11 and also serve as a base on the right side. And this extension is the way to finish the Joseki, so being strong on the bottom side, black can later think about an invasion around Q7, which will happen eventually. So now white plays the inside approach. Of course, he can also play the outside approach or a Sansan invasion, and the most natural move for black next is to pincer, which he did. Otherwise, it's too comfortable for white to take a base on the bottom side and reduce the potential of N4 powerful formation. So pincer, then you would expect white to enter the corner or play a double approach, but maybe white doesn't feel so confident with his position. If this happens, it looks really nice for black to increase the bottom moyo. So white is trying to play more active here, therefore attach. Now when black pulls back, the AI consider that this move is already 85% for black, and if black plays the Hane, would be 88. The idea playing the Hane is to create to secure the corner while sacrificing the stone on the bottom side. So this sequence is pretty much forced, and like this black gets to develop the corner and white has pretty much only one eye. Of course he can make a second eye on the bottom, but the group is not surrounded yet, so he doesn't have to worry about it. So this would be quite comfortable for black, but black simply pulls back because now black can still cut at f4 or g4, so locally white can jump out, but this is again very easy for black to handle, take the corner and also secure the bottom side. Therefore white plays a double Hakari because there is more potential on the left side, so white is interested in building that area. Now here black can choose an attach on the left side or attach on the bottom. Let's see a variation with the attach on the bottom side. So white can go Sansan directly, black separates, then pincers the left side, either like this or one further because black has a pretty powerful wall. But in the actual game, black decided to attach on the left, because like this, black tries to get stronger and eventually kill the bottom stones. Something like that happened in the game. So this is all forced. White is going down for the territory on the left side. If white plays a move like f5, black will just capture a stone and take the territory on the left side. And overall, white is still floating into the middle. So like this, black grabs territory everywhere. Therefore, white goes down and the cut is inevitable. Extend and capture a stone. Now here, many times in cube player games, we see an extension on the right or some Atari. But if this happens, black will Atari and extend. And now white loses the stones on the left side. And there's more territory on the left side than in the center. So black cuts, white extends, black has to capture this stone. So here, white sacrifices the bottom and goes for a big left side. If white comes up, black is not going to start a ladder or Atari from one way or another, but black goes for the squeeze play. So here, when white comes out, black can resist in the fight, then Atari again, Atari one more time, and either turn or extend. Now here, white has to take care of the left side, but the stones in the middle are still in trouble. So having that kind of dumpling shape can be good for white. Therefore, white simply Atari from behind and give up the bottom area. With this move, white is trying to reinforce the right side and also reduce the bottom. And black's defense is quite nice, just double up. Black can also defend O3, that's where white wants to go next. But having the double up, it's less greedy, so black builds a few points less, but the formation is very good. Black has 2 stones up and the extension 3 spaces across, so it's quite an ideal formation on the bottom side. Now white invades the corner, so white is ready to discard these bottom stones and scoop out the corner, but black is really happy with the potential in this area. So I got the left side and most of the right side, but on the right side there is still a problem when black comes in at q7, and black has the bottom, the solid formation in the top and the top right corner. So the game is actually rather close, but maybe with a slight advantage for black. I think at this stage it's already around 60 or 65% for black. I don't know, a few moves ago, I thought black it's 80%, but after white got the territory on the left side, the game came back to become very balanced. So here, black attached, white attaches to connect under and crosscut. Now this sequence is pretty much forced, and black jumps out. So this stage, black has like 60% chance to win the game. If black is greedy and goes for a capture like turn and Atari, white is very happy to Nobi because this is Sente. If black doesn't capture and plays away, white will connect and take the 4 stones. So if this happens, there's a lot of effort by black to capture a couple of stones, and in this case, white actually it's back in the lead. So it's better for black to jump out and worry about the push and cut around r5 later in the game. White still plays the key point and black takes away liberty. This way, black tries to increase the middle and also lean on the stones on the right side where there is still agi to activate this r8. So white is trying nose Tetsuji here combined with a ko. This way, white gets a stone in the middle and it's much easier to reduce the bottom area. Well, the ko proceeds for a little while, then white jumps in. Normally, black would just block at j6, but playing this move at p7, it's actually Sente, because on the right side, black can activate r8, so white needs to answer. Which means if white plays away, reduces the bottom more, black can go down at s8. Now, white can capture these stones if he wants right away, but black is happy to sacrifice them in order to kill the 4 stones in the corner and all the surrounding territory. So white can't afford that. White has to come back and protect at s5. Then the thing is, black can attach to try the connection under, and this way white has to come back and leave in the corner. So if white plays a move like s11 and black comes out with a clamp, this kind of Tesuji, there is no way for white to capture these guys. So when white plays here, black will take the two stones. Now black damage the right side and white has to leave in the corner. This is pretty painful because white really hoped to build a lot on the right side, and now his group in the top it's on the run. Therefore, white had to protect and black can enclose the bottom. I think here black feels quite confident to win the game already, but it's still very close. So there's a co-fight going on. If black doesn't pay attention here, white will double Atari and try to kill everything in the top left. So black has to fight this ko or just connect. Now white found time to come back and protect. And black push here with the plan to separate the middle stone and also kind of reduce the left side and indirectly defend the top group. So white continues the ko. Then black very calmly closes the bottom side. Now black kind of ran out of local threats, so he decided to protect against the double Atari. And white is still threatening to cut and fight the ko. If white cuts right away, black will just Atari and come out with Keima to connect to f8. So f8 was the helping hand for the top stones. And now with this move, black is also threatening to separate the middle stones. So white needs to play in the center to connect to the right. Therefore, white just jumps and threatens the cut. So black again is trying to defend indirectly. And now he comes back and protects against the cut. So here, pretty much all the critical moments of the game are finished. So they proceed with the end game. Now, playing d13 it's Sente, but white plays the Sente on the bottom first and then comes back to protect on the left. If here black goes down, white can push, turn, and cut. So black has to block and stay connected. Now this is a very big endgame move. For black it's also good enough to play one Atari here and later jump at s11. But this Atari is to get stronger in the center and try to attack the two floating stones. But s11 was good enough. And now we have some more center moves. This capture is really big in the last stage of the game. And from here on, the moves are quite small, both for white and black, and nothing really spectacular can happen. And eventually, black won by 5.5. Now, I would say that the invasion in the top was a little bit early for white. And the most critical moment of the game, once black got that thickness in the top and Sente, it felt like the game is going pretty well for him. This last go, it's worth a few points, but white doesn't have enough co threats to win it. So once the ko is settled, there is no way for white to come back. And here the Hane, it's worth a couple of points, but capturing the stone in the middle, it's 2 for about 5 points. And the push on the right side destroys 2 more points. So black got like 3 points in that winning the ko. And actually also a few extra points playing the Atari at g15, because now white has to connect inside at e19 and he can't afford to play h16. So it felt like it's going to be maybe an easier win for black, but in the end, just 5.5. I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time for the 7th game of this title match.